What do you think has been the most challenge in your career, both maybe apart from your career that has shaken you a bit? You understand that's maybe you look back and think that this affected me most, or this challenge was a challenge that affected me most.
Well, my life has been like really up and down, like with lots of ups and lots of downs.
Yes.
But the biggest down that happened was when my dad was affected with cancer, and he had pancreatic cancer stage 4.
Wow.
And that's so weird because when I tell you the story about it, you will be shocked. What happened was I used to live in a very small city in India,
Yes.
and my father was a government worker, but he used to work in plants. He was an office worker in plants, like steel industries.
Yes, yes.
And I don't know how it happened, but one day his stomach pained a lot, and like he started crying. And my mom was like, really, like, men usually don't cry that much, like they
Yes,
urine.
yes, I understand. Yeah.
And she took him to the hospital, and the saline water,
Yes.
yeah, the IV drip, they gave like 20
Wow.
IV drips, and his pain calmed down. Like when you have a lot of pain, you just put water, the pain goes away. It happens like that. But again, after 2 days, it happened again. And my mom took him again, and he got IV, and it got okay. But again, after 2 days, it happened. So my mom was like, no, it's not IV problem. It's something that's going on, because she got a full body checkup, but nothing came out. So she said, we need to have another CT scan, really good CT scan. So she went to the city's best place. She got the CT scan, and the doctors called her and said, I think we can see like a spot in here, like a really tiny, teeny spot. I'm not saying it's tumor, but I think you should kind of like confirm it with the big hospital. And my mom immediately, because my dad was a government employee, so the government kind of funded, not completely, very little, to transfer to Mumbai, all right, because we came from a very small city.
Yes.
And when they went to Mumbai, there's a hospital called Tata Memorial Cancer Hospital. It's Asia's biggest cancer hospital.
Wow.
And my dad and mom went there, and the doctor called my mom after the test and said, this is not just a teeny tiny tumor, this is last stage cancer. What the fuck were those doctors doing in your city? The last stage, he's going to die. There's no way we can save him. And the cancer has spread so much, it has affected every organ of his. And he also got like so much jaundice, and like he was almost like literally not being able to, not on the verge of being saved. So my mom like got really shocked, and I was like really young that time. I was like in 3rd or 4th grade, and my brother was in like 1st grade or something. And we had no idea what was going on. We were living with my grandparents.
Yes.
But my mom went into shock, and they said, we can't save him. There's no way we can operate on the stage 4 cancer patient. Take him back. Tell him to say goodbye to his family. So my mom took my dad and came back, and we said goodbye, and we like really cried. And then I don't know what happened to my mom, but she took him back again. And she literally said, I will not move from this door unless you operate on him. And none of my family members, I'm like saying it on live, I don't care. None of my family members came to help my mom. She went alone, and she said, if you don't save him, I'm not moving from here. If you don't operate. And then the doctors were like, the biggest doctors, Asia's biggest hospital. They were like, he'll die, and you have no one, from your family. How are you going to do? What are you going to do? And she said, I don't care. She sat there for like days. Because they knew that he would die on the operating table if they operated. But she said, no, you need to operate. If he dies, I will burn him myself and go. But you need to operate. And after days, when they saw like my mom's
resolve,
with so much strength and courage and like consistent about it, they called the doctors from America. So doctors from America came, and they operated on my dad. The surgery went successful. And when they got out, they said, "Oh, your husband is pretty good. Like, he's gonna survive for the next 3 months."
Wow.
But I was like, "What? 3 months? What? Like, what kind of?" And my mom and my dad actually, my mom, like India has a lot of people who believe in Ayurveda, right? You know what Ayurveda is?
No.
It's natural. We don't believe in chemicals more. We believe in natural things more.
Oh, okay.
Like, for example, if you want to apply aloe vera on your skin, you would just go over to the market, Daiso maybe, and buy an aloe vera cream, right? We grow aloe vera and we use it directly on our skin. So we don't believe in chemicals a lot, all right? So my dad came home and my mom, like, I don't know what she did. She actually, cow, I mean, it might sound gross, but cow urine kills cancer.
Really?
It does. If anybody has really cancer, my mom has done a lot of research about it, so I'm like 100% sure. Like, if you drink it, I'm not saying, it's weird, I know, it might be gross, but it kills cancer. So my mom used to give it to my dad every single morning on empty stomach. And grow different kind of plants and like give him different kind of drinks to have and stuff like that. He went through his that chemo cycle, and a lot of, chemo is very hard thing to do because chemo is, you know what chemo is, right? What happens in chemo?
Yeah.
So they inject cobra poison in that. Yeah, chemo is about injecting poison to kill other cells. Now, you can't kill cells directly by anything. You have to have something that powerful. That's why your hair goes away, your skin starts to become dark. You inject cobra poison. So my dad got like 8 cycles of chemo, 8. And my mom asked him, first of all, like, what is something that you've always wanted to do but your parents didn't allow or you could never do? And he said, I wanted to do a master's. I wanted to do master's and I never could. So my dad completed his MBA while on chemo. And he graduated with 80%. I mean, like, I was super proud. And he did really good. And he didn't survive for 3 months. He survived for 10 years.
Wow.
Because of my mom's things that she used to give him. She researched like a crazy mad woman. And when she went to Mumbai again for like a small checkup and stuff like that, the doctor saw and doctors were like, how the fuck can tumor go away? This is a miracle. That's why I said to you, it's a miracle.
Oh, but I'm very shocked with this because you made 2 stuffs that should I call it two actually allegation or something? No. So something like I'm not. You said something here that I'm very confused about. You said one that cow urine cures cancer.
Yeah.
How is this scientifically proved? And again, how you said the chemo is gotten from the cobra? Are these scientifically?
So first of all, I'm not sure how that type cow urine helped, but my mom researched a lot of books and read online, and people who had cancer before, they said it was really effective to kill the tumor, the cow urine. So my mom recommended it to a lot of people, and everybody who has tried it has seen great results. And she also got recommendation from somewhere. But I think I have seen it live happening, so I'm sure about it. And I think there must be scientific research. I'm 100% sure about it. Like, I think 110% sure that cow urine is one of the most effective ways in case of cancer. Always have it. It also removes diabetes. If someone has diabetes, if you drink cow urine on empty stomach, it removes it. I don't know how, but it does. I'm not a scientific person.
I know, but don't you think it's kind of a placebo? It's a placebo effect.
No, it's not placebo effect, because placebo effect might think like, oh, I'm not sick, or it's gone, but it really goes away. It really goes away. So even doctors sometimes, when you go to Ayurveda, I mean, it's a new thing for you, but in India we believe in nature more than chemical.
Yes.
So when you go to any Ayurveda person or when you go to any person who has been practicing medicine for a long time, he or she will know that cow urine is one of the most effective medicine in the world.
Wow.
And I didn't know that you didn't know that cobra poison is used in chemo.
How do you know? Yeah.
Okay, so in chemo, they can't put chemo too fast, right? But what is there in chemo? What do you think?
I don't know.
It's poison. It's snake poison. I mean, it can be cobra, it can be other, but I've seen cobras. And you put the IV drip here, and it goes like 1 drop at a time. Like literally, it can't be more than a drop. Like IV can be sometimes like 1, 2, 3. This 1 drop, you need time to process it. You know, that's why your hair goes away in chemo, or your legs or your toes become really dark. Your whole skin becomes really dark. You lose weight. My dad, when he was before, his weight was like 90 or 100 kgs. But when cancer started and when he got chemos, his weight was 35. 35. When he died, he was 35 kgs. So cobra poison is inserted in case of chemo. You have to kill the tumor cells, all right? So chemo is not Ayurveda. It's a real medicine. It's a real thing, you know? So my mom was providing the Ayurvedic treatment and my dad was also going on through the chemo. So it went on together, you know? So chemo is one of the most hardest things to do. Like my mom said, if someone drinks urine, cow urine for like a long time, he or she doesn't even need chemo. Because chemo, my dad didn't die because of cancer. My dad died because of the kidney failure. Now, how the fuck did kidney and heart failure come into play? You might be thinking that.
Yes.
It happened because of the chemo. How, like, let's say I'm putting an IV drip. How the fuck would an IV drip know which cell to kill? It kills usual cells as well. So it affects the kidney, it affects other organs as well. That's why my dad's kidneys failed. And he had to go multiple dialysis. That's why my dad suffered a lot in his lifetime. And my mom was the strength, actually. If she was not there, my dad would not have survived, even for 3 months. So I think my dad says my mom is his mom. She cared for him like that and gave all of her life in saving my dad. And none of my family members were there. She alone did it. So I'm super proud of my dad and mom for doing that. So that affected me a lot in my life because there were some major decisions in my life which I had to make, but I could not because my dad was sick. Or there were some decisions I made because my dad was sick. And also I became super mature very early. Knew how to take responsibilities because my family was suffering. And I love talking about my dad. You know, sometimes people feel like, no, she might feel bad about it. No, I love about it. I'm so happy that my parents did a miracle themselves.
Yes.
So it's a super new thing, but remember, chemo is snake poison inserted to kill the cells.
Wow. Man, thank you very much. That was a very touching story,
Thank
Ari,
you.
and it's very touching. So, thank you very much for coming, and I really appreciate. And,
I love this episode. I think we talked a lot about so many
Yeah.
things. I think you got to know so many new things.
yeah, really. I got to know a lot. Yeah, well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you again.
I hope to see you, Agata, soon.
Yeah, thank you
for
very
having
much.
me.
Yeah.